All right, welcome back to Dankscott Traders Hub. Yeah, it's a Tuesday as usual, and now we are back. We're back here for the analysis as usual. So yesterday we had a good day. Those who were with us, you know how we made money yesterday. The analysis we used, the analysis we took yesterday. Yeah, we made money. So let's see if we can make even more today, as it is a Tuesday, the 29th of July. All right, so let's pray and get started. Father, we give you praise. We love you. Thank you for this beautiful morning. Thank you that we're back here for another analysis session. Thank you for yesterday's analysis. Thank you for yesterday's profits. And even as we start today's analysis, we ask of your knowledge and wisdom and of your great insights, Lord, that we may use those insights to get the signals in the market and be able to make money today. We give you praise, Lord. We know that we are ending this month in power and great profits, Lord. So we are grateful and we are saying thank you in advance for the great profits and great success you're giving us today and throughout this week, Lord. We give you praise, we love you. In Jesus' mighty name we've prayed. Amen and amen. All right, so as usual, we start with Crash 500. Help me know if my mic is okay. If it is not, and you let me know, I work on it immediately. So Crash 500, let's go. So yeah, yesterday we started from we knew this, but then we saw that kind of a resistance level and price failed to break it. So the whole of yesterday it prayed from that level up to now. It is still on that level, so it shows you that buyers are hesitant to enter the market, same as sellers. So both of those two, they are not willing to engage in the market with a lot of money. So right now, that's why you see we've been consolidating for the past 24 hours. So I want to start with something like that. Yeah, let us start with something like that and like that. Yeah, but then if this is like that, then this can end up being like this. This can end up being like that. This is my low high, low high, then here came and gave me a low and now a high there. So we have no business with this asset still. I want to get a closer look on M15 and see what is happening. So yeah, came from here to go for the buy. Now it's not yet reaching the buy, so it's going back up again for the buy. So now we know that. I want to first do this, put it here, right there. In fact, it should be right here. That's where we wanted to enter buys from. So apparently, if we look on H4, we need buys. If we look on H1, we need sells. So this sell should be pushing us all the way back here, but it's gonna be a bit crazy. So for now, I want to delete these, go to H4. I want to see all these that I don't need. Yesterday we had seen that as a break of structure, but then we saw that now this right here on H4, that is a change of character, and price has now come back to that level to confirm it. Has come back to this level to confirm the change of character, but it seems it's likely to come back again. So I want to delete this, delete that, because we had anticipated the price can break out and that actually come back to confirm the change of character, but we haven't seen price breakout. It is still being held up right here on that resistance level, which is something that can actually give us another kind of interesting scenario. So for now, I can anticipate another scenario like this, in fact, to come back down here, to come back down there, and of course down below there you will see that we will be having, the order block. We'll be having an order block down below there, and that's where we can anticipate price coming back to. So now that I know that H1 is on for the sell, I need a confirmation of sales on M15 then I can make that kind of a sell. But for now, I can't enter sales. I have to wait a little bit. I have to wait for the sales to be confirmed on M15. Then I can come in with my sales. So for now, no business, but I know we are going to be looking for sales. Here I have a fair value gap. We may not respect it, so I want to delete it, but we know we have it there. This is a change of character. We already seen it. It was respected, so I can delete it now so that I can create a clear structure, a clear view of the candles. All right, so that is it on Crash 500. Let's now head over to Boom 1000. So Boom 1000 yesterday, we wanted, okay, this was of course on the other days. We knew that this is what we wanted, and then we can start with sales. So it happened. It actually reached the level we already wanted for that to reach, and then we start sales. Yeah, of course we started to see sales after that, but then not that much. It was sort of consolidating. If you look at H1 right there, we needed price to reach here, and then either we reach here, we get into buys, or we come all the way down below. So price reached this level, did not give us buy, gave us some slow buys there, and you can see that price failed to break that level. It's failing to break that level. So now I want to delete this here. Delete that there, which has already been reached. Delete this, delete that, delete that. Delete. And now come to H4. So H4, we had a change of character there, pull back the change of character. We are supposed to be starting buys, but we are not yet oversold. So that tells us that price is likely to get down below for the sales again, probably to these levels right there. So that's where we are anticipating. So I want to delete this for now. Down here we have another block. We have here another block, but price may not reach all the way down there. So I want to still have my anticipation like that. So the anticipation can still be like that for now. So now that I have that, I can go to M50 H1. Look at what I have. Of course, what I'm having here seems to be like a channel. I mean, like a flag. Seems to be like a flag. Looking at what I'm seeing there, seems to be a flag, but a weird one. Why do I say a weird one? Because it would tell us that it's not going to exceed this level right about there. You clearly see what you're talking about. So it's not going to exceed that level, and that means we are likely to get into our sales from there. So that is what I clearly see from the anticipation that I'm seeing right about there. So I have no business with this asset till I see something significant, because if I see on H1, I still need buys. But if I go to M15, same thing actually. If I go to M15, still the buys. So that's why this buy move is valid. It may not exceed this resistance right here. It may not exceed that resistance, but the buy is likely to happen shortly. But then after that move, then the sales come in for this move that we are talking about, which is according to H4. So now go to M15. Can we enter? I don't know. I don't know yet. Let's see. We can enter. Yeah, I think we can enter buys. But it's going to be a short trade, so I rather not even enter it. Yeah, it's gonna be a short one from here to there. Just it's gonna be a short trade, so I may not enter this. But maybe if it comes back down a bit, then I can enter. But if it doesn't and tries to react from this level to go back into buys, then I cannot enter that. So now this is enough on boom 1000. Let me now go to boom 500. This one we made money yesterday. I think I even entered while we were still on the analysis. So we made money. We entered from around there and came to hit our first TP. It did not go all the way to our second TP, which was around here. So we made money on this. Congrats to those who entered. Congrats everyone who made that entry yesterday. So for now, we want to look at today. So now we have a breakout. Yeah, we have a breakout. And first got a fake breakout. Now we have a successful breakout right about there according to H1. But we have reached the target already that we wanted yesterday, which was that was our target to reach. And now we are overbought according to H1. According to H4, on the other hand, we need to continue with buys. So we look at M15. So M15 tells me we need to see sells. I have an order block on M15 right about there. This is one of those that is going to be a weird one today. It's going to be a weird one. Delete all that. Delete everything here. Delete even this. So we wanted buys from all the way here. Price never came through. Kept on playing and then gave us a breakout structure. I mean a breakout on the resistance trend line here. So what are we seeing now? What are we seeing? What are we seeing? Let's go for price action. Let's go for price action here. Oh, wait a minute. Something is interesting. Something is interesting. Trend lines normally bring out what sometimes it's hard to understand on price action. So I'm looking at something like this. This is what I'm looking at right about there. That is something I'm looking at. So if that is something valid, I can actually use this, which is a current one right there. I can use that. So this tells me it's going to continue buying. Then we come in with a sell. Then we come in with a buy again. So that is it. So now this here gives me what to ponder about, because now a structure like this coming from can even delete that now. A structure like this coming from buys, it clearly tells me we are continuing with buys. This is the move right about there. It will eventually break out and continue with the buys. So if I can go to H4, that is what I'm gonna be seeing right there. I'll be seeing that. So buys are continuing without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's what we will be seeing, and that will be our level right about there. That will be our level right there. All right, so now that I know I need buys, but we are within this kind of a structure, I know sales are going to come. I have to be patient. I have to be patient until I'm ready for the sales. So I'm going to wait for M15 to be ready for the sales. Then I come in with sales to push it all the way down here to this other trend line. Perfect. That is enough for me to understand. All right, so this will be the move from there to there. That will be the move I'll be anticipating. V25S. I'm actually still within, I'm still trading this V25S, Vol 25 oneness. I'm still, I left in a trade last night before I slept. Now it first tricked me due to this internal structure had formed out. So it first tricked me. I first entered when it reacted here. I first entered buys, but then I was taken out. Then I remembered we had this external one, and it cannot follow the internal when there's this bigger structure of the external. So I realized that. Once I realized that, and this was like a breakout, so it went back to confirm, and then I immediately entered my sales when I saw that kind of rejection right about there. I immediately entered my sales, and that's why you still see me in sales apparently. All right, so now I can delete everything right about here, delete all that, and let's see, this has been broken out, so we don't need it. The price has come back to that same level. If I look on if I look on first delete this. If I look on the left, I see something different. This is a break of structure right about there. Yeah, that is a break of structure. But then here we had some price rejection, then we saw a break of structure. But remember, we need buys, but still price is still below our 10 MA, meaning we are still looking for sales, and we've seen already break of structure. So according to price action, we still need sales. So delete everything right there, delete everything right up there, delete that too. And now if I come to daily time frame, price needs to reach this level according to our anticipation. According to our anticipation yesterday, yeah, from this very move I had shown you like that, we know price has to come for this move right there, and that's why we are still holding. Price has to continue selling to reach this level, so that's what we are waiting for. So now if I know that, let me go to daily time frame. Do I have a break of structure? No. I'm seeing price reacting to this fair value gap, but still it's not enough. It's not enough. Yeah, it is reacting to that fair value gap, but it hasn't reached even 50% of it. So it's still, we are still selling without a doubt. We are still looking for sales. So this candle is closing. This candle is closing in the next 4 minutes, the H4 candle. So I can go to H1. I see what is up. Nothing much actually. For H1 is looking for buys. I can go to M15. I still see that. But remember, we have a break of structure here. So I'm not worried about that. About H1 showing me that it is in buys. I'm actually going to see a fib. I'm going to use a fib on H1 and look for a retracement level to to look at my continuation of sales. So if I put that there, that will mean I will be looking for, wow, it may come for this fair value gap. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. So we have a fair value gap on H1, but also we have this level right here, right there between 50 and 38.2. That should be the level we are anticipating our sales to start from. So for now, I will leave it. I want to have my stop loss adjusted to that level, so when price decides to first do this, I'm safe, and then I come in with more sales. So that's how I'm gonna be trading this. But we've known that sales are still going. We can't see buys now. It's not yet time. We have to first see more of sales than buys, which may come in either tomorrow or late today. So we need to see sales. So go to M15. Let's see. So the buys are on M15. How can I enter the buys to actually continue? I may not enter because it is going to be a short trade. So this is a breakout structure on M15. So it's likely to come back here and then continue with buys. So if you're a scalper, you can scalp this on M5. Yeah, it's likely to come here and then continue with buys. So that's it. I'm done with the V25s. I'm going to be waiting for the sells, not buys. V75. So V75, this, I told you yesterday, don't even waste your time on this, and clearly you can see what happened. It kept playing within these areas. Up to now it's still there. It gave us a break of structure right here. Yeah, I mean a breakout on this support, but then went back. So it hasn't gotten enough momentum to continue with sales, but we are currently in sales. That is a trend. That is a trend according to H1, but according to day H4, we are actually now going for some good buys. Yeah, because yesterday's analysis was price to keep playing around here and then later get into buys, and now I think we are ready for the buys. Leave alone what you're seeing on H1. We are going in for buys. Can we enter now? Just want to know. According to M15, this was a change of character there, and now price has sort of reacted back here. Is it enough? Is it enough? Go back to M15, go to M5. Oh yeah, it's coming again. Okay, it's coming again, so it's likely to come for this right about there, and then we can get in with our buys from there. So I'm going to leave it on M5. I see if it reacts here and gives me an entry, then I'm going to be entering buys, and that will be a no excuse kind of buy. I won't look back. I will enter immediately. So M5, let's wait for it. Let's wait for that. All right, now that we've seen that, just to give you a confirmation of this that I'm talking about. This is the move right about there. This is going to be the move right there. So that is a confirmation for you. So if you're a scalper, you can enter this kind of a sell. Can we enter it? Let's enter it. This is V75. I can use 0.01 and we enter this short sell and put our stop loss just here. Just here. We don't want to risk a lot, but it's gonna come around this level. That's why you want your TP to be. This is a scalping trade. This is only for scalpers. You're looking for like a 1 to 2. Yeah, not much than that. That's what you're looking for. All right, so that is V75. We are looking for that kind of a short trade to reach this level, and then we come in with our buys. We have entered sells on V75. It's a scalping trade. It's a scalp trade. So if you are one of those who love some like 1 hour kind of trades, please don't take this one. This is for scalpers. Day 50. Day 50. So we wait. J50. Did we trade it? Yeah, we did trade it. Look at that. Yesterday we made money. Yesterday I had forgotten about it. Yeah, we made a lot of money. Those who are on VIP, I entered this with VIP guys, so we shared this. Those who are on VIP, I told you about this. Yeah, congrats actually if you made that money, because I shared that signal with the VIP guys. So anyone who is here who is on VIP, congrats. Let us know how much you made on this trade, because we took it and I told you our profit was immediately there and it hit our TP, and that's how we made our money. Even exceeded it, came retested around that, continued. Yeah, why? Because this was our initial move. No, not that one. Let me see. Where? Let's go to H1. Let's go to H1. Yeah, this move right here. This move is, there was this first one. There was this first one. And that was this one, which was hit actually right there. That was our first move right there. Yeah. I'm just confusing you guys. This is this right here for this structure, and it was hit there. Then this one that you're seeing right here, this one is that, and it was also hit. So let's say you had entered your buys earlier on this level, still you had waited, you would have waited for about 1 or 2 days to reach your TP. But for us who entered yesterday, after price reacting to this order block on H1, that is our target right there. That was our support. That was supposed to be our second target. That was supposed to be our second target right there. So enough of yesterday. Let's now talk about today. To move that, delete that. This can be used for now. It's a support area, so this can be taken out. Let's go to H4. Yeah, that can be taken out. This, that can all go now. All this can all go now. We don't need them anymore. This can, I think this can also go. Yeah, can go. We don't need it. So this was a fake breakout, so this can also go. All right, so price reached that level, which is our fair value gap. If you're looking at H4, right about there, that's our fair value gap right there. So price reached it, and now we should be coming in with sells according to H1, according to M15, Yeah, and H4, and of course daily it's still looking for buys, but we are going to follow what we are seeing on H4 and H1. So H1, we are already having a confirmation of sales. We already have a confirmation of sales. Yeah, so looking at that, that was a confirmation there. This was supposed to be our clean entry for that sell right there. Why? This was a change of character and price came to confirm the reversal signal right about there. So now I can delete this, delete that. So what is happening? Why is price not exceeding this level right here? Why is price not exceeding this level? So let's go to H1. Let's see why. So I see that M5, it has reached our retracement level right here, but it reached it here, then retested. It was supposed to continue sales, but then it is failing to break this order block right there. So on M5 shows us it needs to first go back up again. Yeah, so that means we are still going for the buys. We're still going for the buys. So maybe it's looking at taking these highs right above there. So maybe it's a maybe, because I don't see why it's not. It should be breaking this order block and continue its sales, but surprisingly it is not. It is still failing, but we know that the general trend currently is a sell according to H4, according to M15, according to H1. That is how it is supposed to be. We are supposed to be looking for sells, but we are not yet currently. So I want to use Fib and do it according to M5, my high and my low right here, and see where price is likely to first go to look for liquidity that can actually push for the breakout. So I see my zone. I see my zone right there. That is in a supply zone, or supply, or what is it called? I've forgotten even the words, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's a supply zone. So price can easily come, is likely to come right about there. Why have I said that? That is a fair value gap in a demand, in a supply zone. So I'll be looking at price coming there and probably giving us the sell to probably break this very order block on which is now a support level on M15. So that is what I'm anticipating currently. So let's wait and see if this is going to be one of those. But like I've said, on M15, price can even go all the way up there, to take out those highs, and then we come in with a sell. Yes, Felix, thank you. Yeah, you've reminded me, it's a premium zone. Yeah, some people use demand and supply, and some people use they use premium and discount zones. So they are the same. Supply is premium, demand is discount, so it's the same thing. So this is our premium or demand, supply zone right about there. So price comes there, I'm anticipating sales on M5, but I have to wait and see, because it seems this is a strong support on M15, which price can't just break like that before it grabs some liquidity up there or up there. So we'll see about that. So delete this. and we look for another scenario right about there for the sales to break this level. So I want to know, what is this here? What is this? It's a daily one. We wanted buys from that level, but then it came there. Yeah. Okay, delete it for now. Delete it for now. So go back to H1, H1, H4, M15. All right, so let's wait for this to play around according to M15 and M5. Let's see what is happening. But the buy, like I had told you, it's on. You can see once before we even finished explaining it, price had started to go in the buys. So for those scalpers, if you had entered, this would be a good profit going in buys. But I'm going to wait for sales, yeah, because it's a general trend. All right, so enough of J50. Congrats to those that made money yesterday on it. So now let's wait for today and see if we can make some Mura on it again. All right, this is J25. J25. All right, J25. It's still consolidating. Yesterday, I made money on it. I didn't share the signal to the VIP guys because I actually I also used a small lot size. I first entered there, then I waited for the retest and entered here. It happened so fast that I couldn't give the signal. By the time I made this, it came again looking to take my stop loss. By the way, if I'm to tell you, my stop loss was here, right there. I didn't want to risk more than that. That is where my stop loss was. It almost took me out. It actually touched it, but because of the spread, somehow I don't know what is. It didn't close me out, and somehow I survived. And then it came and pushed all the way price to that level. But of course, it happened like I had anticipated. Those who remember the analysis yesterday, if you missed yesterday's analysis, you can look for episode 190. That was yesterday's episode. So it happened, and that was a buy there. I took my profits right about there, and after that, you can see the retest immediately after the TP level was hit. Yeah. So congrats to everyone that is not on VIP that probably followed this analysis and made that money yesterday. Yeah, because it followed what we had already anticipated. So I can now delete everything here. Even this can go now because it has already served us. Now let's look at a bigger kind of thing. This is H1, M15. Okay, go back to H1. So price is failing to break this. This is a strong resistance level. All right, but we know that this is going to eventually continue with buys from what we're seeing, from what we are currently seeing. That structure, delete this now. This structure normally gives us continuation of the previous trend. So first delete this. I don't need it. Yeah, this is what we are likely to see right here, right there on that second TP level. So now that we know this, we know that continuation of buys is coming. Come to M15. What is happening? Sales, but they are not going to exceed this level. So we know that sales are coming for this kind of move to reach this trend line right about there. Can we have an entry for them? I think we can. On M5, we need to have a confirmation and entry on M5. You can even enter now and put your stop loss above here. I don't think it's going to come all the way back there again. So let's see. yeah, I don't think it's going to go all the way back there. A new H4 has started. This was our first candle of M15. Yes, there's some price rejection here, but I doubt it's going to hold. I see we need to look for sell to reach this level. So for that case, I'm going to enter it. Yeah. Remember, J25 is a big asset. So depending on the account that you have, please don't use a small, don't use a lot size that you cannot afford to use. You have to first, I told you guys how to calculate your profits and stop loss or your risk before you even enter the trade. You subtract this and that where you anticipate to put your stop loss and multiply it with your lot size, with the lot size you want to use. If you find it is bigger compared to your risk tolerance, you leave it alone. You reduce the stop loss, the lot size, or you leave the trade alone. So I'm looking at taking my profits around this angle there. Yeah, that is where we are seeing actually our support. So that's where I want to see my profits. All right, we are now going to look for, because once we reach this level, once it hits this level, we'll be looking for buys now. So I've locked in my sales. Now I wait to see my profits. Let's now go to J10. Let's now go to J10. J10. All right, just a minute. All right, so J10, let's look at J10. It played games yesterday. Let's first go to yesterday. So, okay, I get it. So the analysis was simple. Yesterday, let me see by what time. Let's see, when did we analyze? 8, 9, 10, 11. So we were around here, I think. 1, 7, 8, 9. So we were around here. This is when we started to analyze. So we wanted this, and then we come in with this. But then price broke that level, broke the highs, yeah, and then went all the way up there to that resistance level. Failed to break it. Then we knew this was coming because of that kind of a structure, which is according to M5. Right there. We knew that was happening. Did I make an entry? No, I did not. I missed it. But you can see it happened exactly and hit the TP. So all this can now go. We don't need any of this. This was according to M5. We can delete all that. And now go to M. This was not respected. this, we got to see it came to that fair value gap actually. So price reacted to this fair value gap on H1, then started to sell again. Go to H4. We now see pullback there, and now it is failing to give us a breakout structure, which is something we talked about yesterday. Having seen the breakout structure here the previous week, we saw this breakout structure, and now we see that price has not given a break of structure again on H4, which is a good thing, and we can see some price rejection down below here. You can see some price rejection on the previous two candles. So if I go to daily time frame, so daily time frame started as a sell, yeah, but then now we are seeing rejection. So what are we saying? We are saying we need buys. They are confirmed on H4, not yet confirmed, but we are seeing sort of a double bottom. If you go to H1, we currently have our double bottom still on H1 there, but then we need to have a reversal signal on H1 to confirm the reversal. We need to have a reversal signal to confirm the buy trend. So for now, let's go to M15. So yeah, M15 is also looking for buys. So today we can actually enter some buys, not to hold them for long, just to look for like a one to two kind of trade. Yeah, but buys are on. Can we enter them now? I believe we can, because we are looking for buys. Price is above our 10 MA on H1, is above our 10 MA on M15. It's not yet above our 10 MA on H4, but it will be very soon. So can we use H1 and M15? Let's see. I think we can. Yeah, I'm gonna enter my buys according to M15, and where am I going to take my profits? It's a weird one. Now I can't enter because this can end up becoming a problem right here to break through. So no business with this, no business. So what you need is to see this kind of a move, break that, and then giving you a pullback, and then you can enter from that level to look for some buys to take you up. So no business here, please. Don't risk it. Just wait for some structure like this before you can make that. So for now, I have no business with it. Let's now go to gold, and we call it a day. So gold, yesterday's analysis, we had two scenarios where price can eventually play us and try to go for the breaker block there and then come in with sells, of which that never happened. But of course we had seen already this kind of a structure, and I told you we are likely to see a price breakout. Was it here? No, it was this one here. It was this structure here. It was this structure here, like that. Yeah, that's what we had. So breakout to continue with this sell. Those who remember yesterday's analysis, this was the move right there. So did the move reach? Sort of, not clearly, not that precise, but yeah, sort of reached. I don't see it coming down again. Yeah, but it can actually come down from what I'm seeing. So this was a break of structure here, and price has reacted now to the breaker block, if you can see that. Yeah, so now we know price is going to continue. It's going to try to continue with sales now that it has reacted to the breaker block right here. So I want to delete everything here everything right here, everything right here, that everything there, we delete it, everything there. I need a clean chart now. I need a clean chart. I need a clean chart. So now go to H4. We have a break of structure here. Price has reached it. We need to wait for this H4 to close, or we wait for this H1 to close. Yeah, we have to wait for this H1 to close and see if we are going to get into sales, because we are supposed to be getting into sales as we speak according to M15. Why? Because price has reacted to the breaker block. This is our breaker block according to H1, that level right there. That is our breaker block. So we're supposed to be seeing sales from that angle to reach this order block down below here, to reach this order block right there. It's an H4 order block, as you can see. So we need to see that. We need to see that. You can see break of structure, low, high. From there, now we're supposed to be getting a new lower low from there. The only thing is, are we going to see it now, or it's going to play us around until this H4 closes, which still has about 3 hours. So it's going to be crazy, but we can wait for the confirmation on M5 and M15 for the sells. Yeah, we can wait on M5 and M15 for the sells. This was a structure. I made this analysis early morning for this kind of thing right here. Actually, I was in a buy last night on a different account, and I forgot to close. I had entered around here, so it went for the profits, then came back early morning and took me out on my stop loss, because I had put a tight stop loss. So it took me out later today morning. So that's how I messed up. I was supposed to close before I slept. I forgot totally. I forgot. One of those trades that it was so slow that I said I would check it later, and before I sleep, to close profits or to take my losses if I see failing to go for the buys. So I messed up. So I need to recover. I need to recover on that very account, that loss. So right here, this is what I'm anticipating, the sells, like I've said. But I need to see a confirmation on M15, and I mean on M5, and yeah, M5. If I see a reversal signal on M5, I'm entering without a doubt. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it on M5, and I'll be entering sells on M5. I would have entered now, but gold is tricky. It can easily give you this kind of a move and immediately come with a sell, yeah, after taking you out. So I would have entered, but I want to choose to wait a bit, probably this hour to close. Yeah. All right, let's do the recap and we call it a day. Let's do the recap and we call it a day. So we started with crash 500. It's still playing games, but this is the anticipation, and then we come in with the buys. So we need to wait for the sell signal, which is going to be on M15. So M15 is not yet ready to give us an entry, but it may give it to us when it reacts all the way back there. So we have to wait. We have to wait. Boom 1000. Yeah, it's still playing games within here. We can wait for it. We can either sell it from there or wait for the buys when they come again down below. But that's the analysis, to sell from that angle and come in with the sells to reach this other level. Boom 500. All right, we have a sell. We have a sell confirmed. We have a sell confirmed, and I'm going to sell immediately. without wasting time. Yeah, I'm going to sell immediately without wasting time. I'm going to put my stop loss just above there, because now this can be shifted to there to confirm that trend line there. All right, so we have a sell, and we want to take our profits right about here on that level. That's where I want to take my profits, right there. Then I later come in with buys, because buys are going to continue. It's the general trend is a buy, so this is a retest trade. So don't be surprised. I told you we are not market makers, so these guys can choose to know what we are doing, and they can see that there's a lot of money now on this very level. They can choose to bring in a spike, take our stop losses, and then give a long wick like that, and then come in again inside to the intended direction. You know these guys, you already know. Those who normally go for my course, you already know that we talk about this in our course. Yeah, smart money concept. All right, so that is enough for that. Let's now look for let's go to V25. So with V25, we have two levels where we can again enter sales, this one here, or coming to that fair value gap to look for sales again. But we know sales are going to continue. We know that. So how are we going to wait? Okay, we can wait for price to come here. According to M15, what I'm seeing, price is likely to come within this area, which is the Fib retracement level 38.2, and then we can come in with our sales. It's likely not to reach back to that fair value gap of H1. All right, so that's what we need. Remember, it may not go all the way to break this structure, but if it does, then the better for us will be already in sales. So my entry is still locked in. I entered that last night, so I'm still in sales, in some profits. Yeah, since that level, I entered around here yesterday night. Yeah. All right, V75. Yeah, my sell, I told you. So congrats to those that took this sell. Like I said, look at how it has missed my TP. So please close and move out. Close and move out. Yeah, V75, we've just taken our profits right there. I talked about this, that it has to come for that. That was our entry there. So congrats. So now we need to look for buys. I think we are ready for the buys. Let's see. I think we are ready for the buys. Can we enter buys? We wanted it to reach here, then we can enter buys. Can we? No, we wait a minute. We wait for like 15 minutes. We're going to be entering this. Yeah. We just wait because we're going to enter it. It's likely to come again down a bit, then we come in with the buys. So let's wait for the buys here. Let's wait for the buys. But if you have a good account, you can enter now buys and probably put your stop loss where? Below this level. Put your stop loss probably below this level right here, below that level. If you want, you can enter buys and put it below this level. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think I have to enter now. I'm going to enter buys and put my stop loss down there below this low. Below this low. Yeah. give it some more minutes for now. J50, we want buys to get up there, but then I told you I'll be looking for sells, so I will wait for it to reach here. If it gives me an entry, then I can enter sells. If it fails, then it will go all the way up there to take those highs, and then we come in with sells. The general trend is a sell. That's what you need to know, both on H1, H4, and even M15. But we need a pullback like that, then we can enter sells to break this order block right here. But wait a minute, I may wait for that and miss out on an entry. Yeah, let's look at Fib retracement. Yeah, we still wait. It hasn't even reached the 38.2, so we still wait for that pullback. It's not yet done. Let's wait and see. All right, J25. What did I say? What was this for? Had I entered? Yes, I had entered. They've taken me out already. That is J25. It doesn't joke. It makes one jump and takes you out. That is how crazy it is. But we know we need sells, so you can see it has taken me out and put a wick like that, and now it's coming in for the sells. That is how weird it is. So now I'm going to wait for it to be below my 10 MA, and I'll make another entry. That is how it has taken me out. Crazy. Wow. All right, so I hope the profits on V75 can recover this. Anyways, I'll see about that. But now I need to wait for another entry for the sell. I will wait for M5 to be below my 10 MA, and that will be a short sell to recover this loss right here. Yeah, and then I wait for the buys. Remember, the general trend is a buy. Like I told you, this was a retest trade, short retest trade that we are looking at. So if price comes below my 10 MA on M5, then I will enter the sell to recover this. Then I wait for the buys right here. All right, so enough of that. J10, it still has a long way. We need this and that, then we can enter buys. Lastly is gold. Yeah, gold, I think we can enter now. Yeah, M5, I think we can enter. This is a change of character right about there, on M5. So I think we can enter. On the next M5. In the next M5 candle, we can enter, and it has just started. Let's see if it's going to be a pullback. After this candle closes, the current M5 candle, we enter sales depending on how it closes. If it closes above our 10 MA, please don't enter. If it closes above our 10 MA, don't enter. Yeah, but if it closes below our 10 MA, then you have your entry. That's it, guys. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. This is the 29th, so the new month is starting on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Tomorrow is Wednesday, 30th. Then Thursday is 31st. So month is starting on Friday. So those who want to join the mentorship class, the information is there. Those who want to subscribe for the VIP Signals platform, you can still use the same number you're seeing on your screen, or I can actually give it to you right about there, and then you can also do that, $15 per month, and join the group. Otherwise, that's it. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. I'll be doing the BTC analysis at 1 today and look at what is happening. Yesterday I saw it. It's likely to push and break the all-time high again. So we may see price go to like 130k or 125k. Yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, that's what BTC is likely to give on to us. So see you at 1 for the BTC enthusiasts. See you tomorrow for those who love only synthetic indices. Bye bye.